Yo, what up, people? Sorry it's been so long since I posted my last audio session. Things have been insane. 2018 was a crazy year, filled with a lot of challenges, a lot of ups, a lot of downs for us. I know a lot of you guys can relate and understand how that goes. But I really wanted to make a commitment for 2019 to really put out a lot of valuable content, more than I did in 2018, right? I think it's so important for entrepreneurs, for business owners, for creatives, for people coming up that they have an idea and they want to turn it into reality, for people to reach back and to be able to give back, right? And so, I mean, I've been working with, entrepreneurs and working with different youth, high school students since literally 2012. I've been speaking and going to different high schools and trying to just share my experiences and share kind of the things that I've learned to be able to help the next generation and help the people coming up, because I know how important it is. And I got so much help coming up that I just know that just a little bit of inspiration or a little bit of tactical strategy, how far that can go. And so again, like I said, I want to start putting out more content more regularly. So if you guys are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I will be uploading a bunch of videos on there, and then I'm gonna mix it up, right? I'm gonna do some audio sessions that I'm gonna upload on YouTube. I'm gonna upload on our SoundCloud, and I'm gonna start just uploading it on different platforms, because people consume content in different ways. Like, I know I listen to a ton of podcasts and I listen to a ton of videos on YouTube of just about the process and about mindset and things of that nature. And so, yeah, I will be doing that and getting more regularly or posting more regularly with that. With that being said, today I want to talk about the importance of having a vision, and more importantly, redefining that vision, right? It's for those of you that are going after something, trying to achieve something, trying to turn an idea or a vision into reality. As you may have ran into, it's going to change, right? It's like you have this vision and this idea. Like, I've had this vision of what I wanted to do, right? I've always had this vision since I was 16, 17, 18 years old, where I had this vision of what I wanted to do, and I knew how it would be, but I didn't know the details of it. Like, I knew the scope of kind of like what I wanted to do, but I didn't know the little details. So it's kind of like looking through an unfocused camera. Like, you can see that there's shapes and colors, and you could kind of see that there's something over there, but you can't see in detail exactly what those shapes are and exactly what the details are of the shapes that are blurry. And so it's the same thing with having a vision. Things have changed over the years so much for us, right? Like, it's changed so much. And I think that I had to get comfortable and I had to get okay with things changing. A lot of times when we were first coming up, I would do a lot of things, right? I would test out a lot of stuff to see what works. I have to go and do things and test things out, right? And so the importance of having a vision is very important, because it will evolve and it will change over the years, and you have to be okay with that. When we were first coming up, a lot of people told me, like, you need to focus on one thing. You need to stay focused on this one idea and this one thing. But I just thought that was just such a limited perspective, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I was good at. I didn't know what I should be focused on. I didn't know where I should focus my time and who I should hire to do something else, right? The stuff that I'm not good at. Like, when I built my team and, as we started expanding and as we started to getting different facilities and hiring other people to help out, I had to test it out to see, what am I going to be spending my time on that can't be duplicated, and what do I need to hire for that either A, I'm not good at, or B, I just need to be able to extend that reach. And so that was something that I had to kind of go through, and it was funny, because on the outside looking in, again, like, people were telling me you need to just focus on one thing, but I just didn't find that was a good source of my time, because especially in the beginning, I had to figure out what it is. Now I'm much more focused, right? My vision is much clearer as the years have gone by, right? But it's taking so much time to redefine that vision and constantly evolve it. And the funny part about it is, even though the little details may change of how we go about it, our business processes, our structures, our internal structures and processes, the foundation the overall kind of goal of what we're trying to achieve has not changed. You know, it's there's been like three things that I've been focused on, right? I was doing a lot of speaking. So I was doing a lot of speaking and working with the youth. Like, I love doing that stuff. Like, I really get so much out of that. It just gives me energy, and it makes me feel that I have purpose. But I was doing that while I was building my business. So all my time wasn't focused on building my business. It was kind of like, oh, I learned this one thing and then I go share it. Oh, I learned this one thing and then I go share it, which kind of made me, it took me longer to build my business versus just being all focused solely into what I needed to do. I was always doing this other thing on the side that would kind of detour me from what I needed to do. At the end of the day, it kind of worked out because the more that I spoke, the more business we got. So it kind of, it worked out, right? I'm a firm believer in karma, right? And the energy that you put out, you get back. So with me not even having the intentions of going out and trying to get business by speaking, it just naturally happened because people wanted to support and they wanted to, be a part of what we were doing. They loved that we were going back and working with the students and getting in the community and doing stuff like that. And so that vision of being able to do that has kind of formed into what it is today, right? Having our agency, having our brand, you know, and at first it was funny because like what I wanted to do with doing everything different is I always saw that as being a full kind of like collection, like a clothing line. Like we have seasons and we have drops and we have like all of this stuff, which I think that it's going to evolve into that. But I think now it's kind of to showcase what we can do, right? Our whole agency is about, you know, we help connect with your audience on and offline. So online through digital products, marketing, stuff like that. And then offline through physical products. So like t-shirts, products, right? And so doing everything different as a showcase has relieved a lot of the pressure for us to be able to say, oh, we have to keep coming up with these different drops, or we have to keep, you know, releasing stuff all the time, which, you know, we can be more consistent with that. But what we're doing is we're using it as kind of like a foundational marketing piece to be able to say, hey, this is our portfolio. This is kind of like the product of what we can do. We can create a story around it, which allows us to give the stuff to people to then be able to build relationships with them. So the goal, the idea, the mission did not really change. It evolved. It evolved over time. I always liked products. I always liked physical products. I always liked client services, like having clients and meetings and helping with develop products. And it's just, it took so many different transitions to kind of figure out what works for us and what was going to be kind of like our way of going about it, right? And our approach, because your success is going to look so much different than anybody else's success because it's tailor-made for you. And so I had to understand that. I said, what is going to work for us? So we restructured the agency, we restructured the foundation, and we were able to kind of get back on track. But it was very important to not judge myself. It was very important to be able to kind of have that overall vision in mind to kind of get that inspiration. For me, if I'm not working on creative projects, if I'm not doing new things, if I'm not being creative, I feel like I die inside. And so I have to constantly be doing some sort of creative projects to make me feel good, to keep the motivation going, to be able to motivate my team, to be able to keep the wheel spinning on everything. And so I think it's so important for you to find out what is your what is your inspiration? What is your vision? How are you going to work at that every single day, bit by bit by bit by bit? And it's going to take a long time. Right. And so that you have this big vision of these big goals of what you want to accomplish, but it's the daily processes that mean the most. It's the patience. It's the daily processes of saying, OK, this week I'm going to get this done. This day I'm going to get this done, and start small, even if it's one thing. You know, me and my team, what we're trying to implement, me and my COO was talking like coming into 2019 and kind of how we want to restructure and how we want to set up our foundation and our processes. And we were just saying, let's start small. We have a lot of stuff to accomplish this year, but let's just break it down into micro goals, right? Let's just do one thing that we need to accomplish out of the bigger goal per week that's going to put us in the best situation. Now, when you look at it, it's like bit by bit, it's like, this isn't going to move the needle. This is not going to do anything. We have to make those big. We have to move the mountains. But what I found is not about moving the mountains. It's about the small itty bitty things that you do repeatedly as a habit that moves the mountains. So don't get too caught up in the big goals and the big picture. Set small miniature goals that you can accomplish day in and day out. That's going to help you be able to keep that momentum going and to keep staying inspired and to keep feeling like you're accomplishing things and keep feeling like you're moving forward. That is going to equivalate to that big goal and those big pictures. So, I just, that's my thought. That's my little rant. I think it's like, again, I think it's so important to just keep redefining your vision, keep redefining it, working at it every single day, seeing what works and what doesn't work. We don't know what technology and what the world is going to be like in 5 years. There's no way. The way that the speed in which technology is evolving and the stuff that's coming out, we will not know what the world is going to look like in 5 years. So your vision, it's going to change. It's going to have to change with the times. It's going to change how you market, how you storytell, who you work with, how you sell your products. Technology is going to come out to make it easier. What are your processes? What are your back end works? What are your database like? What is your CRM like? What is your phone system like? Like, all of these things are going to change and evolve over time. So don't be so locked into this hardcore vision of this is how I want to have it, and I'm going to see through this way for the next 5 years. You have to be able to be flexible and have some fluidity around your idea and around your vision, because that is what's going to keep you around long term, and it's going to be the thing that allows you to evolve and grow and make sure that you stay relevant. So I hope that information was valuable. I hope you guys got something from it. Keep working on your vision. It takes time. We're working on a huge project right now that we're delivering tomorrow that literally has been over 3 years in the making, that we've been trying to get, and it feels really good. It's these times when you do get these big goals that you've been working on long term, when they come to fruition and you actually knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. And I've told my team, I've told my family that this was going to happen. And it came to reality, man. It really came to reality, and I'm just super excited to be rolling this project out and playing our role, our small role in whatever it was that we played. And we're gonna let you guys know the details coming this week. We're gonna announce it on February 2nd. Really excited about it. And I hope you guys have a great week, a great day, whatever day that it is that you're listening to this. And drop your comments below. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know about one thing that you had to pivot and evolve and redefine for your vision. So with that being said, I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.